right, welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is September 15th, 2022. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Hey, it's your boy, Pokemon Trigger, please. And after another week of Pokemon Go, we still love the game. Oh my gosh.
I mean, do
Very
we?
excited. I do.
Okay, okay.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be here if it was for that reason anyways.
True.
But yeah, it's been an interesting week. Actually, a lot of surprises going on this week that we're definitely excited to talk about. A lot of things that I guess Niantic Cat has been really going at it. But yeah, we're once again here. Oh, thank you so much. We're once again to talk about Pokemon Go news, updates, and ranting about the game because we love the game just as much as you do. Quick reminder for everybody, we are part of the Professor Network. Check us out, professornetwork.com/Purified Podcast. If you didn't hear that, that is Purified Podcast. Anyways, wonderful people to work with every single time. Between everybody in the Laura Podcast, Wi-Fi Podcast, Special Conditions, everybody out there is so great. Thank you so much for always being part of the community out there. All right, Chris, it's been a week. As long as you have worked 80 hours, I feel like you have played enough Pokemon Go, right?
I do get to play, on my drive to work. I put on the Pokemon Go Plus. I catch what I can, spin my stops. I don't get to play too much of the events, sadly. But on my lunch breaks, on my 15-minute breaks I get every few hours, I play a little bit.
Right.
And on my 2 days off, I get to use my daily incense. I forgot to yesterday, though, to be honest. But yeah, it was a very fun week. A lot going on. I know definitely the high point was definitely that Clefairy commotion, though, right?
We'll definitely talk about that in just a moment too. But yeah, it's just been a week of mini events actually. Now that we think about it, of course, the Psychic Spectacular event came and went. We definitely have our thoughts and opinions about that. The Clefairy commotion happened on Saturday of last week, of course. And we had raid day for the Oxes. Now, of course, we had the many different experiences with Chris and I when it comes to those types of mini events. I'm actually kind of surprised of the things that they decided for this week. It's I guess to keep the game a little bit fresh. I don't think they wanted to keep a week after the event ended and everything to just say, hey, there's also all this and everything. But I don't know. I guess we should probably just go ahead and first go ahead and talk about the rating of the Psychic Spectacular. What did you think about that specifically, Chris?
Personally, I think I'd give this Psychic Spectacular a rating of 8.5 or 9.
Okay.
Probably on the lower end. Not because I didn't really like the Pokemon too much. I don't know. It is a very good mix of Pokemon. Psychic is a very strong type.
Yes.
Very fun type. I don't know. It was missing something. I'd say. I will say all the Elgium that we could get.
Yeah.
From the curveballs, like even the quests that you found in the wild, those were very easy to find.
Yes. This was probably
so, yeah.
the easiest thing. The easiest been to find a new shiny. Now I didn't get a new shiny, unfortunately. I did get quite a few shinies, and we'll talk about our hauls in just a moment. I know I kind of skipped it over this time around, but yeah, I'll actually want to give it like a 7.5, maybe closer to an 8. But the reason why is because I feel like there was a little too much to think about. Now, let's go run over real quick of what happened. Of course, we had the wild spawns. Elgin finally shiny eligible. A lot of quests to go about it. I mean, you can find the quest pretty easily and actually do it pretty easily. We had the time research for it. I think that's also the beginning. We were in the beginning stages of the Season of Light, so that means we actually had to go through the regular special research that we have for the season. Which it was all catching psychic types, which it wasn't too bad, but you had all that going over there too. Our Cosmos were trash like always. Mythical Pokemon out there, guys. And then we had Mega Lakasam and Mega or the Deoxys, every single Deoxys form that you can ever imagine out there. So I don't know. I felt like there was an aspect for everything, for everybody, actually. And there was definitely, some people there were like, oh, you got to send me all this. There's like that one person on the internet that needs a Shanda right now. And for some reason, she's done probably more than 300,000 raids at this point uh, for Mega like a Sam. But yeah, I guess it was a little bit of everything. Now, the eggs, trash. No, the 7K number eggs were fully trash. Just because you get the chance of actually getting an Elgin, but the other two were just not the greatest. This was the smallest pool we had out of the 7K egg pool, so unless you really had that like small niche of having to hatch eggs all the time, I didn't really think so. Of course, the boxes were incredible trash, so there's not something that we can actually go about it. So that by itself, I put it at a 6.5 just because of it.
Oh my. You're like, yeah, that starting point, not very good.
Yeah, I know. That was a starting point right there. But yeah, that was the only things that really bugged me the most when it comes down to it. But the event itself was actually pretty good. Prism, thank you very much for joining us to the stream. But yeah, it was one of those things in the end of the day that kind of makes sense. Actually, fun fact, Fleece Keen didn't get a shiny Elgium after grinding the entire event.
It was bound to happen sooner or later. You know, shiny odds will not always be in our favor, sadly.
Yes, no, definitely. So it is
I'm
what it
curious
is.
How many clicked on though?
I think he always kicked over 300, or I'm sorry, now over 3,000 clicks or something.
Ooh, that is way over odds. That's crazy.
Yeah. So he was like definitely disheartening, but he even himself said in the tweets like, even as a hardcore grinder as I am, every day grinding, getting Pokemons, catching everything, things like that. The odds, when they are not in your favor, they're not in your favor, brother. You just gotta move on and hopefully get it eventually. That's usually how Pokemon Go works, at least. Again, we skipped a little bit ahead when it comes to the Psychic Spectacular and events. Let's go ahead and get through our hauls. I know everybody's been waiting. What the heck did you get this week?
Yeah, we hide. I don't think I got many, if any, shinies, but I did get a hundo.
Ooh.
Yeah, no shinies. I've been on a shiny drought since a Natu, all the way on the 28th of
August.
Yeah, August. Oh my gosh.
That's over 2
it's been
weeks.
Forever.
Yeah.
But I did get a hundo from an egg, actually. I thought I caught it in the wild, but that makes a lot more sense. A hundo Miltank.
Hey, you got an extra large candy or something, It's like...
Yeah, I was having a cow, man.
Hey, you got a hundo.
Crazy.
That's pretty good. Any PvPs, anything?
I'm not. Definitely plenty of PvPs. I was very excited to find a 0-15-14 Sawaddle.
Ooh.
In the wild, that was very cool to get. I already was able to get invites to Kartana and Celesteela, so I don't have to worry about those.
Yeah, we'll talk about those.
Sorry, sneak peek. I didn't say those names. Yeah. Really fun Pokemon whole event. Traded a few. I'm just trying to think if there were any that were like insane. I don't think there were any that like I really, really wanted though. Let me hear all about all of your shinies so I can be jealous.
Okay. So first and foremost, we're actually gonna go over the hundos. I did not get any hundo this week. So
we traded.
We traded, yes, but I did get some shinies. So let's see. I think it started out with I already talked about the Esper last week, I believe. Yeah, that was the 10th.
Yeah, that's a dope shiny.
Yeah, I was actually happy about that. No, that was actually after that. So, yeah, no, the shiny Magby was the hash that I got. Then I got an Esper on the 10th, which was a day that I went to work. I did a in-person raid for Esper, and I got the shiny. So I was actually happy about that because it's the first time I actually get one. Then Go Plus a shiny Spoink on the way to home, and then the Access Defense form, which was my chase when it comes down to the DX forms. And then I hatched another shiny Magby, just because,
Good things come in twos.
I did do a lucky trade for a Groudon, and unfortunately, just have to say that is the Floor IV of lucky Pokemons. A 12, 12, 12. which I cried when I saw
Uh,
that.
Pokemon Home. Uh,
I probably have like 5 or 6 of them already in home. Every time I get one, I'm just like, okay, you go, you gone, you gone.
you'll have a whole team.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah,
Oh
so
no.
I mean, Shiny West is actually pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I can't complain. I am still looking for the. I think you'll like it as for the shiny form or the shiny.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'm still looking for that and Togepi, of course. But Togepi, I don't know if it's in the pool right now. Let me check. Is it in the 5K? Yeah, it's in the
Yeah.
it's a 5K pool.
Yeah. That's an interesting one too, because we had the Electabuzz Comde, but obviously Elekid was a lot trickier to get because of
Yeah.
it being in the eggs.
Yes. 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 Oh, okay.
I I
We'll take
really
a look.
want those Pichus, man. I need a Pichu.
Yeah,
It's been
well,
too
keep
long.
hatching 2KX because I've been hatching a
I
few.
am.
But yeah, it wasn't too bad when it comes to the shinies. At least I did get some holes to go through, so that's pretty cool and all. That being said, of course, it's time to talk about some other things that happened throughout the week. So the Clefairy commotion, everybody was like, okay, what is going on with this event? Now, if you don't know, the Clefairy commotion was actually something that was happening in Japan. Like all the news meetings in Japan and the Pokemon Center, everything was like Clefairy, 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 Clefairy. Clefairy even came out in Pokemon Unite. I think it was something in Masters 2 for it. I don't know. It was just like literally all the games was just like Clefairy this, Clefairy that. Even Pokemon Sword and Shield at the raid day for that specifically, and everybody was like, okay, Clefairy everywhere. So it was kind of like a promotion for the Blue Moon and all that stuff. Pokemon Go had his niche of having Clefairy spawn in the wild. Now, it wasn't like a full takeover from the Clefairies. It was Clefairy was just spawning there at the same time of other spawns for the psychic event, and that's it. That's all I can say because that's literally all we got. Just Clefairy spawns for 3 hours. Not even boosted, no shiny boost, nothing like that. So yeah, I don't know. Did you play it?
For the Deoxys
No, the Clefairy
or
commotion.
the Clefairy. I played a bit for the Clefairy. I did not get a shiny though, obviously. I caught some that I really thought were gonna be good PvP, but like I already had a good one for Great League. And then for Ultra League, I think you still want the perfect. I'm not sure though. Um, Even so, like I didn't get like I checked the IVs of all the ones I got, and none of them were insane. So I
Yeah.
ended up deleting a lot. Fantastic for extra large though.
Oh yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah. That was another problem, and I do have all the shinies already, even Clef has shinies and everything. So it's not like I need any Clefairies. I have plenty of extra large candies for it. So unless you really were a
Oh yeah.
grinder out there and you use the 3 hours to actually get the extra large candy for Clefairy, which is a little bit of a tank. And one
I
of
will
the
say it is a
only
rare.
yes, and
It's definitely a rare spawn.
yeah, yeah, that's for sure. What I'm saying is like it's a little bit of a tank, especially for race, and it's one of the only very good type attackers out there aside from the legendaries that we have fairies right now. But still, it's one of those things in the other day. So yeah, that's all really we gotta say about the Clefairy commotion. I was out for it, but I wasn't really playing it. I actually hang out a few friends, and that's about it. That's all I can say really about that.
I will say it was very smart of them to do it on a night that we actually had a full moon. That was
Yes,
very cool to kind of be immersive with that.
I actually kind of wish that I took a little more advantage of that because again, it was just like it's a full moon. Clefairy's there. It's kind of like the image of Clefairy. So it was kind of nice, I guess. And then we had the Reaccess Raid Day, 3 hour event. The Access spawning in every single gym, of course. I was actually unfortunate enough to be at a birthday party for my nephew. So by the time I actually got out of the party, it was literally the last 30 minutes or something. So I didn't
Oh,
go or do any other raids in person, which I know that they gave you some remote passes for free. But I did what I could. Some people invited me at the end, and I was like, okay, I got the shiny fancy access, which was actually, like I said, the one that I needed. I need the speed form now, but again, I wasn't like looking forward to having to rate them everything. Of course, attack is really the only one that people want to do because it's the easiest one to actually destroy. Defense, you really need a group of people to do it for. So I don't know, Chris, did you get anything good out of that or anything?
Nah. The only bright side I can see is I was getting extra large candies out of it.
Yeah.
I really wanted to get a second defense form Deoxys. I still have the first one. I still have the regular one. I didn't have the other ones. Um, I I think I got two speed forms or two attack forms. Probably the attack one that people invited me to. But I didn't get a shiny. Obviously, didn't
Right.
talk about it earlier. A little bit sad, but I only did what, like 5 Deoxys raids, so I'm not like crying over it, especially
Yeah.
since I already had the two to begin with.
Yeah, like I said, it's unless you really need the extra large candy, that's the only real thing to go forward when it comes to the access right now. He doesn't have
Yeah,
that much niche in any other parts of the game. If you want a like really strong psychic attacker, but again, the only ones that really do the damage is the attack forms, and they get destroyed in a minute.
and you got Mewtwo.
And you
Yeah, you
got
got
Mewtwo.
Mewtwo.
You got the king of psychic types for
Um,
sure. But the other one definitely will
yeah,
be for Great League or Ultra. But again, that you just gotta get through him. So
yeah. If you're insane, you can use the other forms of Deoxys, but defense Deoxys is just beautiful.
yeah, yeah. So I was happy enough to actually at least get the shiny for that.
Oh
But
yeah.
again, if I had more time to actually, do things, but again, it was a special day that we wanted to get through. So it is what it is. You can't play them all, and luckily remote rates are still out there, so I was able to do enough for my taste. But yeah, aside from that, I think that's pretty much what happened the week. So I guess we should actually get into our research topics of the day, Chris. Now, before we start, and I know that you wanted to start, I know we actually want to get through anything. Gunda, thank you so much for joining us. um, there is, what am I saying? I lost my train of thought, but I know what I want to actually get through. Right before the next event, which is actually happening tomorrow, and we'll talk about the test your metal event, the steel types, and everything. Niantic needed to drop the legendaries that we were gonna get after the access ended on Tuesday, and we were like, okay, so what's the next legendary, everybody? Like, what are we gonna make? Usually, Niantic goes like, okay, here's the new legendary, guys. Go ahead and go about it. But nah, we didn't get anything until like the beginning of the week, where everybody was like, well, I guess whatever spawns, and we were thinking like we're gonna have an extension of the Oxers or something, but no, we actually got two surprise Ultra Bees happening to appear over the world. Niantic started dropping hints of their appearances on Twitter around like midnight, and then they have you seen, Chris? Have you seen the little videos that they've been posting since the Ultra Beast came into the world?
Yes. Yes, and they're
And
awesome. I
yes,
love that they're putting so much work into it.
yes. So all the Ultra Beasts has at least some type of like video out there. Now these videos are like a couple, maybe a minute and a half long, and each one of them features each Ultra Beast. But the way that they do it, it looks like one of those like alien like sightings that you record in like one of those like 148p or p video cameras or something, and then it happens to be like that, and then you see like if it's getting closer or something like that. The best one, and hands down the best one that I actually saw, was the one for the release of Crystella, right? That's how you say it.
Um. Oh shoot. Oh my gosh. Celesteela.
Celesteela. Celeste.
Yeah. Yeah. You're making me think of the Crescent Moon
Corselia,
Pokemon.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Celesteela, and I can probably just show the video actually because it's actually super cool. Let me go to their Pokemon Go site or Pokemon Go stuff here. Oh my god, why can I not find the damn thing? Let's see here. When they started dropping all of this, I was just like, "Is this so much fun?" because I was just like, I need to have more of this and everything. So at 6 p.m. I guess their time on the 12th, they started dropping videos. And if I go over here, it may be a bit loud for you guys. Let me lower it a little bit and then just make it full screen for everybody. So it's like a guy running through Japan and starts seeing the Celesteela out there. It looks so real. Like when you actually see it, it looks so real. But then you see like all these Celesteelas out there, like literally launching themselves into the world. It looks like literally nuclear bombs. And then Celesteela just appears, and you're like, oh, what the heck, you know? It looks so creepy, but it's so awesome. It's like I'm back in my childhood just from these videos.
Is it bad? I was like expecting Celesteela to just like slam down her arm.
Probably.
On somebody. Oh my gosh! I know it's Pokemon. I know.
Right, and then we had another one that actually appeared. And this one has Gosler starting to eat like construction site stuff. And then you get a close up of him. Then he grabs one of the bonus things, and then Kartana appears and destroys half of the building. And it's just fun. Just very
huge
fun.
Bait and switch.
I know, right? Now, of course, we know that Gosler or UB05 gluten, I guess that's what people call it. Gosler is part of the, technically, one of the Ultra Beasts that's going to be released pretty soon. And we know that that's going to happen. However, Kartana and Celesteela were a little bit of a surprise when it came around. And of course, it was more of a surprise because Niantic didn't actually say anything until literally the day off. Like, everybody in Australia was like wondering what the heck is going on. Of course, we get it a little bit later, but we were like, still wondering by the end of the night, by the time we went to sleep, and then we woke up. So it is what it is. They went ahead and announced the event Test Your Metal, which is the reason why those Pokemon are being released, which both of them are Steel types. So now let's go over the actual event before we go over what is happening with those two Ultra Beast Pokemons. Gear up for Steel type Ultra Beast Mega Aggron Togedemaru with this new event, Test Your Metal. So all Steel types Mega Aggron is being released for the very first time. So this is our second Mega that's been fully released, like back to back since the last one, of course. Or if we even got Scyther, I guess. Scyther was the last one on that. So it says right here.
I think so.
Yeah. The Ultra Beast Celesteela and Kartana has emerged from the Ultra Wormhole all over the world, with Celesteela spotted south of the equator and Kartana found in the north. Other Steel types are appearing in the wild, including Togedemaru, the roly-poly Pokemon. Woo! So Pokemons are even armoring up. Mega Aggron will be making his Pokemon Go debut. You know what I meant.
I like it.
I like it. So, just like it stated right there, Celesteela is appearing in the Southern Hemisphere, and Kartana is appearing in the Northern Hemisphere. Now, this is where things get tricky. Before we go over the full event right here, which actually starts tomorrow, September 16th at 10 a.m. to Wednesday, September 21st at 8 p.m. local time. Kartana is not a problem, because everybody in the north literally plays Pokemon Go. It's the south that I'm worried about.
No.
It's just insane that I don't. How many countries do we have in the southern hemisphere? I mean, I know we have Australia and New Zealand and all those places, but
I know there's people, in South America that play. I don't know how dense the population is for people that play Pokemon Go, though.
Pokemon Go, it's very prominent in South America, so that's actually pretty good. However, there's not much South ground to cover.
Fair.
Between South America, maybe a little bit of Mexico here and there, or Central America. Then we have Africa, probably Japan. I don't know if Japan is actually above the border or below the border. And I believe it's actually like right on top.
I'm very bad with geography.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm so bad.
And then and then of course Australia and New Zealand. But overall, the amount of countries that we have in the north exceeds the one in the south. Now, I use an app called PokeGenie, which lets me do raids around the world, doing the most legitimate of them all. Usually, there's a queue of Pokemons that you can actually get, or queued up for the Pokemons or the legendaries you want to go for. Cortana is an open lobby with only 58 people doing the raids right now. Celesteela has 178,000 people in the queue right now.
Dude, it was longer. It was longer.
Actually,
too.
no, it has actually increased in that. So like it started out 40, then 50, then 60, then 70, then 80, then it went to 100. Then I'm like, what the hell?
I heard it got to 200.
Yeah.
I think it got to 200,000 at one point.
Yeah, so Celesteela right now is probably the hardest legendary raid boss, or at least the hardest Ultra Beast to have acquired at this point, because of how hard it is to get people in the south or in the south of the equator to actually do the raids. So the queues are insane because everyone wants to get one. Everybody from the north also wants to get one, but it's just not happening. Unless you get a really good great group or some friends that are actually around the world, you basically don't even see Celesteela that much. I was able to find it. I was able to get a few on the first day because of how things are going and the event starting and everything. But after that, it's just been hell to even get one.
Yeah, thank goodness for remote raids. That's all I can say.
Yeah, imagine without them. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, people would be going insane again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Regional legendaries are just so weird. I don't know how I feel about them. Regional Pokemon I can kind of get behind, but regional legendaries, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them still.
So there was actually also something that happened today where in the blog post, and not in this one right here that we're talking about right now, but the calendar of the Season of Light, during Wednesday's raid hour, there was a little note right there from Niantic that said, oh, Celesteela and Cortana are going to switch sides for this raid hour. So we were like, awesome! We're going to be able to do some! Niantic Cat actually posted that, and they deleted it right away and confirmed with everybody out there that that was a mistake from their part, and they are not going to be switching region locks out there. So
we still gotta make that remote raid pass money, guys. Come on!
Oh Jesus! I don't know.
Oh no!
The community was raging because they thought that they were gonna get their chance of getting the other legendary, but yeah, it wasn't happening. It wasn't happening, and everybody was a little upset on that. Anyways, before we continue on with more upsetness of things, Mega Aggron once again is being in their mega raids, their debuts, their debuts, whatever they call it, and of course you can find a shiny one, so that's pretty cool. Do you have a Hondo Mega or a Hondo Aggron ready to go, Chris?
I definitely have a Hondo. Definitely have a Hondo. Let me just look. Hondo and plus Aaron. Yeah, about that. Yeah, never mind. What? How do I not have one? Do you know how many weather boosted ones spawn around here?
Enough.
Oh my gosh, I'm in awe.
Yeah.
I'm in awe. How did this happen? I got plenty of 98s, but yeah, maybe I need the Hondo.
Well, I do have the Hondo ready to go. Best buddy. I just need the Mega Energy. I even have an extra large candies for it. So it is what it is. Castillo, thank you for joining us. Ooh.
I think bless you.
Thank you.
I think I could have a Hondo if I purify this this 96 Shadow. I don't know if I should though, because funny enough, PvP Aaron is a funny looking Pokemon to look at in PvP.
I mean, we are the Purified podcast for a reason.
Oh my. I'll think about it.
Right.
Maybe we'll have a Hondo Purified Mega Aggron next episode.
Probably. Then Togamaru will making his Pokemon Go's debut too. So this little like Pikachu clone, just like we seen, no evolutions or anything. Steel type and electric, which is actually a kind of interesting Pokemon. Do you see any niche on this Pokemon in the meta?
Oh yeah, yeah. That typing is very very strong.
Yeah.
I mean, like look at Master League with Magnezone.
Mm,
The only thing he's got to worry about is ground.
true.
The only thing. It's such a strong typing. So I'm very interested to see how this plays out in Great League. I don't know the move set, but electric type is a very viable typing. So definitely recommend looking for a PvP one for Great League if you guys play any Great League.
That's good. That is good. All right. That being said, we do also have our event bonuses for the week. Increased chance of receiving extra large candy for successfully catching Pokemon with nice grace and ultra and excellent throws. So if you want your extra large
We
candy,
take those.
I know. And also the same for regular candy. So that's pretty good if you wanted to. Now, the wellest counters for this event will be Magnemite, Pineco, Nosepass, Aeron, Beldum, Bronson, Dribble, Dribble. I guess that's how you call it, right? Ferocity, Togamaru, and then you may be a chance of encountering Primplop and Galarian Stunfisk. So Galarian Stunfisk is getting his love these days because I see him in almost every other event at this point.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
Dude, such a loaded event. I love steel types.
Bro, I need those Beldums so I can max out my Metagross at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, extra large candy and Beldum. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I better get that
Master
aggro
League
to level 50. But
keep it down the down low.
right. Also, that Pharaoh Seed has eluded me for the longest time.
Oh yeah. If you don't get it and I get a second one, I got you. I'll
Right.
trade you for one of the shinies you got. Inkay.
Yeah, all right. That works for me. 1-star race, we got Scyther, Beldum, Shieldon, Clink, and Togamaru. So a lot of good Pokemon in the raid stars. You do remember the Season of Light is giving you 2 raid passes per day, or at least free ones. So make sure you take advantage of those. Magneton, Skarmory, Mawile, and Lairon on the 3 stars. Of course, Celesteela and Kartana. And they had the little like hints right there saying, oh, Celesteela will be appearing in the south and Kartana will appear in the north. Why are you so bad? And the Mega Aggron and its Mega Raids. The Egg Pool, though. Now, this is actually a little bit interesting and actually a little bit cool. 7K Egg Pool is going to feature Alolan Sandrew, Alolan Diglett, Galarian Meowth, Riolu, and Galarian Stunfisk. I'm hatching.
Is it bad? I'm most excited for Stunfisk.
No, but I mean, I want my Riolu. I want my Honda Riolu. I don't care if it's shiny or not. I just want a Honda Riolu. Just give me one.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't mind getting the extra large candy for Stunfisk since that's the case, but you know. And then field research stacks, of course, will encounter with Magnemite, Pineco, Nosepass, Ripple, Ferocity, Togamaru, and then if you're lucky, you can find Beldum and Mega Energy for Scissor and Steelix. And then the time research, of course, will focus on Steel-type Pokemon's ability throughout the event and complete it to earn Aggro and Mega Energy, encounters with Togamaru and Aeron. So, Chris.
Awesome.
This event is happening tomorrow at 10 a.m. You'll be at work all day, but how do you feel so much on this event?
Super loaded event. I'm very excited for it. Steelix Energy is one of the ones I feel is one of the hardest for people to get.
Right?
Just because of how many people it took to take it down.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people are going to be excited. This is going to be the first time they're going to be able to Mega Evolve that boy.
And do remember the Mega Aeron does lose his rock typing, so he's a pure steel type when he evolves.
Yeah, a lot of people, forget that. They just look at the typing of the original Pokemon. I don't know how many other ones change typing, other than Charizard and Gyarados.
I think Steelix too.
But how many lose typings? Because Aggron's the only one I can think of off the top of my head that goes from 2 typings to 1. That's so weird.
I think Steelix is also a ground type, but I believe that when you Mega Evolve it actually loses his ground typing.
I don't think so on him.
Let me check my Mega Dex.
Wrong?
Yeah, he's a pure steel. No. He's a steel ground. Never mind.
Because let me just double check. Is Mega Aggron the only one Pokemon to lose a typing? I don't know. We'll see.
Technically, Charizard Max loses one of his typings, but it replaces for another one. So
Yeah, because interesting.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
no,
Like everybody else gets an extra typing when it comes down to it.
because like they yeah, I was gonna say they switch out a typing. Yeah, yeah, literally these are the only ones they mentioned: Charizard, Aggron, and Gyarados. But when you're switching a typing, you're not losing a typing in my eyes. You're trading it.
True.
So interesting.
Yeah, interesting enough when it comes down to it. But yeah, that's the Chelsea medal. I'm actually a little bit excited that steel types are actually coming into the fold once again. We got lots of opportunities when it comes down to it. Peppa God, how's it going? But yeah, that's I don't know. We'll see how it goes. The latest legendaries and all the raids and everything seems to have everything for everybody out there. So it's a full pack event once again. So we'll see how it goes. We're talking about, of course, the Ultra Beast regionals and all that stuff. We already know about all that, so that I guess we can skip that. And then we have. We wanted to go a little bit controversial of what's happening right now with the Pokemon, the boxes right here. Now, we did mention, of course, that the boxes were really bad at last event. And it just keeps getting worse. So as you guys know, the event is actually starting in other parts of the world right now. So people are actually getting the first states of the event. And yeah, it's not looking good for Niantic these days.
Yeah, I'm really glad I follow you on Twitter because I took your advice.
Yeah. So right now the boxes, they're okay. I mean, they were a little bit increase in prices and all that since the Season of Light started. But you get, quite a bit of them in the end of the day. And, something like a super incubator, a regular incubator for more passes and premium passes for like 1900 coins, which is okay. But again, it's not the best, one of the best ones we had.
Yeah.
When this event starts, in that Ultra Box, they'll add an additional remote raid pass and an additional raid pass for an extra 400 coins out of the ones that we already had.
If it was 200 coins, wouldn't have been a problem.
Right.
400, yeah, no.
Yeah, I feel like Niantic is really like falling into the inflation option right now because you're just not hitting it with these boxes, Niantic. You're just like running from worst to like Inferno or something. So
yeah, it's okay to throw a little bit more in our bag. You're not losing anything by giving us more raid passes. Right. I don't think.
Can you imagine? Oh my goodness! Do you even remember the time when the boxes were like insanely good?
Oh, 25. I remember 25 or 24 premium raid passes in a box.
Yeah.
That will never happen again, I don't think.
Yeah, no
that was insane.
Now, of course, just like anything before, there's testing on a few things, seeing how things will go. When it comes down to it, if the holidays brings us some good boxes, I wouldn't complain. But right now, the community is raging to the max. So, not to the point where
Niantic covered its ears, man.
Right.
No, you're getting what we give you.
Yeah, another Heroes Niantic movement, that's for sure. But maybe that's something that they should talk about also in the next blog post. Like, why is it that they're changing the boxes so much in the last few events? Like,
so strange.
And they're we need an answer, Niantic. We really do need some kind of clarification of what's going on. Like, I understand it's about money, but this is not the way to do it.
You know what it is? They want to pay for those Ultra Beast commercials.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Is it worth it? Do we like the commercials enough to pay 400 more coins for 2 incubators?
Bro, even I can make a commercial like that.
2 raid passes.
I just need that Celesteela to appear in front of me. Oh, wait, hold on. I can do that right now. But yeah, it's interesting how Niantic is thinking of things. I have been hearing a lot of different type of feedback when it comes down to these boxes and things like that. I mean, most of it can be negative, of course, but
yeah,
just I don't know. Niantic, you really do need to give us an insight of what's going on when it comes down to those. But yeah, I guess we'll leave it at that. After that, we don't have much news to cover. We did get the information, of course, that Test Your Metal, so there's not much to go about it. So So yeah, I guess it's time to for some PvP. Get good, get wrecked. Here we go, Chris. GVL just started this brand new week in Ultra. Is it Ultra Premier or is it Open Ultra? And the Weather Cup has now been added to the mix, which is interesting because I actually haven't done any Ultra League in a long time.
It's a very fun league. I don't know if I'd say the same about Master League, but I know you love it. I would call it Baby Master League.
I need some good XL candy for the Pokemon. Anyways, but no, it just really depends. I still haven't actually touched it. I probably will do 1 or 2 sets tonight, depending on how I feel. But yeah, I've been doing most of my sets at least once a day. I covered some sets here and there. I started losing. I did like the Psychic Cup for a little bit, mostly because I found a good niche team with regular Gardevoir and a shiny Metagross. Shadow Metagross.
Really?
Yeah, shiny Shadow Metagross.
Interesting.
Well, there was just a lot of fairies, and Metagross just destroys them. I just love it.
People love RPS teams.
Yeah. So
they love it.
I did a couple of sets with those,
Charmers,
and I think I went like 9-1 or 9-1 in one set, in 2 sets, back to back. So I was happy about that. And then after that, I started running into all the Malamars and everything. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not doing this again. So it was actually kind of fun.
No man scares me, but that thing
it terrifies me. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. I'm actually level 13 right now, so I definitely pass it. I am way below the 50% mark, and
don't sweat it.
And I have 37 wins, so.
I am currently sitting at level 3, 11 wins and 12 battles. So get on my league. No, I'm joking.
Right.
Yeah, I need to do more battles. I'd love to get to at least 20 so I can get, that free chance at a legendary. Dude, very, very happy to hear you're getting your battles in.
Yeah, I'm just testing the waters right now on all those leagues. Maybe one season, I'm going to be like, okay, I'm going to try to get to level 20 with Master League Pokemons only.
Ooh.
That will be an interesting
Swampert and Metagross. And Snorlax. Yeah. Huge teams, man.
Yeah, I'm thinking of different things that I can do. I don't have to do Great League or Ultra League. I just want to try to get to 20.
Only Master.
Only Master. Do all my sets for Master whenever Master comes around.
That's interesting, but I don't know how much it affects you, even losing, because I know they only count the wins for moving up. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's almost like once you get to 20, then you only do Master League, but that's just the way I'm looking at it.
Well, it could be a fine challenge at the end of the day. It's something that...
I think that's an awesome challenge.
If it happens to be, rank 0 to rank 20, only Master League Pokemons, only Master League battles, that could actually be kind of interesting in the end of the day. So, I don't know. Maybe next season, we'll see how it goes. I still want to try to see what I can do this season with 1 set per battle for day, so... We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure yet there, Mr. Prism. And you're level 18 paper cut. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And then Factions. Factions has actually happened this week. Factions, you know what I meant. We just started our new season, and Chris and I, of course, are in our team right now. Go ahead. Go ahead. You go first, Chris, and then I'll tell you about my battles.
All right. First week went pretty well. Very excited with our team overall. Mm-hmm. And that's not me talking down on anyone. I just want to look again at everything. From my side, I won't tell the total score until after we both totaled ours. Just to get people on the edge of their seats. But I battled a Jerseyite. They were on the team named Utah Pokemon Rangers. Very very happy with how our team did. And my team was Venusaur, Beedrill, Shiftry, Ninetales, Coffer, Grigus, and Gengar. So I had that double Ghost Squad. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be OP." And then I saw Venusaur,
Oh god.
Ninetales, Wishcash, which terrified me, Politoed, Skuntank, and Credilli. Yeah, no, Credilli wasn't coming out. I knew it. But Skuntank, yeah, that thing was terrifying. I had to get very lucky and pretty much always have my Beedrill versus the Skuntank is what it felt like. Which I was able to pull off a lot of times. I'm very uh good slash lucky at predicting leads. I mean, there was like one lead that was just really bad. I think it was Wishcash into Beedrill. So like my Beedrill was like crying. So like I tried to get back switch with Coffer Girgis, but yeah, no, it didn't happen sadly. But yeah, I was very happy. Was able to go 2-1. Um and I would like to hear about your battles. Um and you know, yeah,
Uh,
I think overall it was a good week for everybody though.
yes, the first week we started out strong, so we actually did good. We got some win in this one for sure. However, I of course went against the Open Master League, which is my niche when it comes down to it, and I had a solid team. Don't get me wrong, I had a really solid team. It's just that the guy was actually a little bit more smarter than me. I did go 1-2, but I did get a win from them, and this is how it went. My team consists, of course, of Swampert, Mewtwo, Mega, Charizard X, Gyarados, Melmetal, and Togekiss. And then Mr. Drew's team, it was Mewtwo, Mega Blastoise, Giratina Ultra Form, Togekiss, Metagross, and Dragonite. Never said the Dragonite in any of the battles. I thought I had a good niche against the two Dragon types that he had in this team. But Mega Blastoise, surprisingly, it's very, 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 very tanky. So I couldn't really bring in my Charizard X in any of the battles just because of how things were. But it could have been a niche here and there when it comes down to it. No, so game one, and I stream all of it. So if you guys want to see some of my streams earlier, you can probably see how it went. So game one, I believe I started out with Melmetal in the lead, Mewtwo in the back, and Togekiss in the middle. And then he started out with Mewtwo, Giratina, and Mega Blastoise. He started, of course, with the Mewtwo, and I was like, okay, I can try to whittle down the Mewtwo with Melmetal. I know a Shadow Ball can hurt, but I should be able to be fine on that. However, when he switched to his Giratina Altered form, I went ahead, of course, and switched to Togekiss. And I was like, okay, so this is good. This is how it goes. He throws in a Ancient Power. And can you guess what happened?
Yeah, as soon as you said that, I was like, oh no.
The man gets a boost, of course, into Giratina.
On the first one?
On the first one. And then I'm like, okay, I can still try to farm it down a little bit. Have to throw in my own Ancient Power. I don't get the boost, of course. And he throws a second one. And I'm just like, well, I'm going to have to let Togekiss go. Can you guess what happened?
You're joking.
He got back-to-back Ancient Power boost.
Oh.
So,
thank goodness it wasn't the double boost, but that's devastating. Devastating.
Ancient Power did get his nerf this season, of course, but yes, double boosted Giratina Alter. He had, a quarter of HP left, but I was just like, okay, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this.
That's brutal.
Right, so he did get me, of course, game one. After that. It was still a close match. I still had some niche, I think, at the beta, but it was close enough to say that unfortunately I couldn't win it against that.
You cannot be mad about that match.
No,
double boost.
Yeah,
that's insane. That's a 1 in 100 chance.
Yeah.
1 in 10 twice. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I was a little bit salty at that point. Okay, so I went to game match, game two, a little bit disheartening when it comes down to it. So I believe I started out with Mewtwo this time around, Togekiss, and then Melmetal. Oh no, it was I think a Melmetal in the back. Anything. He went with Megas Blastoise and as his lead, Giratina Alter Form, and then I believe Togekiss. I can't remember exactly what his turn was on the game too. So the battle starts. We're doing our thing here and there. I'm actually kind of in the deficit because I was actually losing a little bit more prevalent to the shields and everything. But I wasn't shielding like anything. Like I was trying to see if I can tank as much as I can before I start shielding some stuff. And most of my Pokemons were going again. Again, Giratina against Togekiss. Togekiss this time around was able to beat down the Giratina. But then something interesting happened. Actually, I believe this wasn't the Togekiss. I didn't actually use Togekiss until the end. I still had my 2 shields. And then I had a Mewtwo at 1 HP at some point. So he was going in with his Mewtwo. I put in my Togekiss in the front. Or it was my last Pokemon. Togekiss was my last Pokemon at that point. And, and of course, I'm trying to start attacking and everything. And then he throws in a move, but I switch. So I was able to catch one of his side strikes on that switch with 2 shields still on my Togekiss. So I was able to farm him down, get the last moves in, shield the last few attacks, and I was able to win game 2 with just a smidge of health left. I was so lucky on that. I was like, okay, perfect. I tied it up. I can go about it, see how it goes. I don't know why I was thinking that I really need to give him a Swampert in this one. And I was right, because he actually led with his Metagross. But I didn't actually go with that. I actually went with, I believe, Gyarados. Just because I thought maybe he was going to go for Giratina or something. I can't remember right now exactly how it went. However, after he switched to, I think, to his Giratina, I went to Togekiss. This time he didn't get the boost. I was able to farm him down. And then he goes back into Metagross after the Giratina dies.
And got the farm down. Oof.
Well, not necessarily. Like, he got the farm down when it comes down to it. But then, of course, he switches over to his other Pokemon. I can't remember his third Pokemon at this point. Blastoise. I forgot. Blastoise has literally been in every single one of his matches. So I was able to get the counter against Blastoise. Gyarados was my last Pokemon in the battle. And I already had a charge move ready. I had a crunch ready to go. I think I switched to Togekiss to make sure that I can do some extra chip damage. Or Mewtwo or something. I can't remember exactly who I switched. But it actually came down to CMP tie. His Metagross was able to get his moves out first into my Gyarados, who had just enough HP down to be able to knock it down after that meta match. And I had the charge move ready at that point. That's how close it was under my last battle too.
I will say that sounds like that first match was very winnable, but that's brutal luck.
Yeah.
That he got 2 boosts.
Yeah.
That is brutal.
It
very strong, very good learning.
Yeah, no, definitely. I believe that it would have been, like, in some matches, I believe that if I would have done one thing differently, it would have been fine. The first match was just like, I couldn't do shit. Like, there was nothing I could have done after that double boost out there. He would have protected his Giratina to the end, no matter what. Oof. So, but it was actually interesting to say that it was close enough for me that I'm proud that I was still able to get him that close to the charge move. And especially on the last one, and how good I went in game 2 to be able to at least tie it up before I actually get, I would have been swept if that was the case. But again, sometimes the game can be luck based. Giratina's a powerful Pokemon, as long as you know how to counter it well enough in the end of the day. So it is what it is. Again, I went 1 and 2. However, we didn't actually lose the rosting of this one. We actually went 14-7. So very good for everybody else in the team in Super Smash just to get his good sweeps and everything. We're in week 2 right now, and some battles have started and everything. We'll of course get you guys know next week how those battles go. I was supposed to actually have my battles tonight after the podcast. However, I just got a message from my opponent saying that unfortunately he's working late, so we will actually continue on our battles or do our battles tomorrow. Maybe I'll stream it, maybe not. Depends on how it goes,
Either way, whatever you do, I wish you luck, man.
Yes, I wish you luck too, brother.
You're OP.
You're OP too. But it is what it is when it comes down to it. We'll see how it goes. All right. And that's
Yes, sir.
my
Yes, sir.
first faction battles. I'm actually happy about it. I was still
I'm
happy about
happy
it.
with you, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm very happy we have you on the squad.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes this week. I'm already sweating. But
You
yeah,
got this, man.
it is what it is. But yeah, that's pretty much it, right, Chris? I don't think there's any more news. Let me actually check Twitter before Niantic drops something on me that I'm not supposed to.
Any I can think of, no.
Not that I can think of.
I do want to mention. I thought it was really weird that there was a nest of weeping bell at the beach today. I was like, what the heck is going on? I'm not kidding. I saw like 10. I don't care that there's weather boost. There shouldn't have been 10.
I mean, I had like a whipping bell in my house today all day. I don't know why.
Like I don't know. Is it an event spawn right now? Because I was in awe.
It's a season of light event spawn, I guess. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, man! That thing's spawn rate is really high. Then,
yeah, I've seen
that thing's going insane.
Like my house, I like a 30 Ursa, or what's the evolution? Ursula.
Ursaring.
Ursaluna. Huh, that would be nice.
Yeah, you gotta say Ursaluna. So
Ursaring, like I had like a whipping bell. I also had like a grand bolt. I would like. I'm kind of happy to see these stage 1 evolutions, but goddamn. Signal to motocross. Yeah, I do that every Monday. But yeah, that being said, I think that's about it. I don't see anything else happening in the world of Pokemon Go Twitter. Make sure you send us those Mega Aggron raids. I want to get that Mega Energy for you guys. Because I want to get my badass Pokemon out there. Anyhow, I know, right? Anyhow, that is it for the podcast today. Now, we do have, of course, our question of the week. If anybody wants to, of course, talk about things. What Steel-type Pokemon is your favorite? Very simple, very straightforward. What is your favorite Steel-type, Chris?
Ooh. I think I know yours, but I'm actually not sure about mine. I want to go with Metagross, though.
I was actually about to say that
off
too.
The top of my head.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna predict Scizor for you.
Scizor is okay, but it's more. I like the Metagross because I grew up with Metagross, with all the generations.
Yeah.
Steven being Steven.
Gen 3.
Yeah.
Gen 3 OP, man.
Yeah, it's just one of those things in the end of the day. I guess the Aegislash is actually pretty good too, but we're probably never gonna see that Pokemon for another year or so.
I like Melmetal, but he doesn't have the nostalgia.
Melmetal, I believe, is in my top 3 just for the reason it's a Pokemon Go exclusive Pokemon technically. So I'll keep Melmetal in my heart for that. Although I still need a Hondo.
Near and dear.
I know. But yeah. So that being said, anything else, Chris? Nothing more. Nothing more. Nothing.
No.
All right. With that being said, thank you so much for listening to the podcast, everybody. We appreciate it very much for you joining us on live streams. You can also listen us to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, and Amazon Music. Many places to go to listen to that podcast. If you can leave us a review, we really, really, really appreciate it. Our socials, the Purified Podcast, Pure Lighter Go. I don't even know how to say my own nickname. And then PKMN Trigger Please. All other on Twitter if you want to check out a few things that we usually go about our days. purifiedpodcast@gmail.com for any emails or concerns or anything that you want to talk about. Please make sure you email us. We're still waiting for that very first email. And then join our Discord, of course. If the link doesn't work, just let us know so that way we can actually shoot you a Discord email. And yeah, don't forget to check us out at thepurifiedpodcast.com, the Professor Network. With that being said, Chris, how about you take us actually steal us away for the night?
Oh my, I'm stealing the mic. But yeah, hope everyone enjoyed coming on by. Hope you guys are looking forward to this very iron filled diet that we're going to be getting the next week. This steel filled diet. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know Pure Lighter is. If you guys want to chat, tell us how your experience is with the game. Feel free to send us a DM. And yeah, see you guys next week. And yeah, we'll have a magnet to bring you guys in. Peace out, guys.
Keep purifying, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.